Hey everyone, it's been a little while back after a bit of a hiatus, but it's time for a new video. So today we are going to be working on building the jig for the manifold for the Del Sol. And I mentioned this, I think in one of the last videos. This is one of my good return customers, his wife's car, and we're building an interesting B-Series AC compatible turbo system for it. So we have already our KLM cooling module, and behind it, it's probably going to be a little bit dark, but we have an AC condenser. We have all of the lines that he has made for it, and obviously the radiator isn't in right now. Had that cleared out so he could build the lines more easily. But we are going to start on the fixture to build the exhaust manifold for it. Now I already have the location of the turbo, I have the collector built, and I have everything tacked together sitting here on the bench. So we have our 4-into-1 collector, our 2-inch tight radius bend going up to our T3 flange, and then we have our B-Series head flange and this plate right here, which I've already gone ahead, taken my transfer punch set, and I've transferred the bolt pattern for the head flange over to that plate. I still have to make the plate for the turbine flange, so I'll go ahead, I'll mark out the size plate that I need for it. I can cut that and then transfer over a T3 bolt pattern to it, find a center hole for the purge, and we'll be good to go to start tacking this fixture together. I have the turbine flange plate cut, and I have the holes roughly marked on it, as you guys just saw. So one point I wanted to go over real quick is with the transfer punches, these are standard transfer punches as opposed to metric, which I believe these holes are drilled to a metric size. So we have this one here that fits a little bit loosely. However, the next size up doesn't fit at all. So what we do is use the one that fits a little bit loosely, drop it in the hole, rock it around in a circle, and it will actually score the piece of steel, giving you an idea, or giving you pretty much the exact center coordinate of those holes to then center punch, drill, and so on and so forth. So now that I have that done, I'll take the purge block that I used for my hole locations off of my steel plate, and I can center punch, I can drill, and get these plates ready to be welded together. And there we have both of the flange plates bolted up in their respective homes. So the head flange plate, it has holes for all 9 of the head flange fasteners. And it also has bleed holes in each one of the ports. And that is to allow the back purge gas a path of exit from the pipes and from the manifold. If you didn't have that, you can run into issues from time to time of the back purge gas actually blowing the weld out as you're doing the head flange welds, and not a good situation to be in. So the turbine flange plate, I just use 2 fasteners, as that will locate it where it needs to be. And this is also tapped 8th NPT to allow my quick disconnect purge fitting to thread in and allow me to purge this whole manifold. So the final order of business for this fixture is to put linking bars between the head flange plate and the turbine flange plate. So I have my piece of Home Depot special 1/2-inch steel bar stock. So I'll go ahead and mark out where these need to be bent, bend them over in my hydraulic press, and can get them welded on, and this fixture will be complete and ready to have a manifold built on it. And there we have a completed fixture. So I have my 2 linking bars holding the turbine flange to the head flange, or the plates to each other rather. And that is about it for building that fixture to build the manifold for ye olde Del Sol. So on the ground next to it, we have super parts. We have the exhaust, which you guys may remember building the muffler. We have the drive shaft. On the ground, or not the ground, but on this cart here, we have the transmission. We have converter adapter, we have converter. So, got a few minutes to play around with it this past weekend. Dropped the trans out in preparation to install the converter. So, I'll be doing that in the not too distant future. So, I guess I'll address the elephant in the room now. Where have I been? I wish I could say something glamorous or sexy, but I've just been here working. Not anything crazy, just a private label job and a bunch of customer manifolds that didn't warrant or I wasn't able to film. So I haven't really made any progress on the car, both due to lack of time and my desire to not spend really any excess money on the car at this point in time, as I'm hopefully closing on my house at the end of this month and getting moved in and getting everything sorted out for getting up and running there. So been kind of a dead spot, kind of a lull as far as projects and filmable content has considered, but here we are now, and at least with the few parts that I do have around here, I figured I might as well get the converter and the transmission and all that stuff sorted. Have a buddy of mine that was gracious enough to loan me that converter if it will work with this setup. So that saves a bunch of money and a bunch of time waiting on a converter for it. Fingers crossed that it will fit in there and will work out. But hopefully we can bring some more content to you guys with this Del Sol project and maybe a couple other little projects here and there. But this is a short one, I know. At least there was some bit of an update for you guys and some bit of content. But until next time, be sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and we'll see you then.